We're now going to look at the elimination method for solving simultaneous equations. I've written up the top here, and it's worth getting down, is that if the two variables look the same but have different signs, add the two equations. If the two variables are identical in the two equations, subtract. I'll show you what I mean. I've got two examples, one for each scenario. All right, so here we've got two simultaneous equations. Now you'll notice I've got a 3x and a 7x and a plus y and a minus y. So this falls in the first category. I've got two y's there, but one is a plus and one is a minus. So when I do that, what I do is I add the two equations. So I'll just draw a much better line than that, hopefully. It's a straight line across here. I'm actually going to add the two equations. Now what does that mean? Well, I add the x's, I add the y's, and I add the numbers. And I put the totals down beneath here. All right? So if I add 3x and 7x, okay, and I'll put another plus there as well, so it's clear. 3x plus 7x is 10x. If I add plus y and minus y, I get 0. And that's the whole point of the elimination method. Okay, it's called that because when you do this process, you eliminate one of the variables. So the y's are gone. Okay, plus y plus minus y. Remember, a plus minus is effectively a minus. So y minus y is 0. Then I add the two numbers. 17 plus 33 is 50. So 10x equals 50. Now from there, once I've got 10x equals 50, that's a simple little equation. I can divide both sides by 10, and x falls out very nicely. X equals 50 divided by 10, which is 5. Okay, so label my two equations here, 1 and 2. Now I can sub x equals 5 into either equation. I'm avoiding negatives as I usually do. So I'm going to sub x equals 5 into equation 1. Okay, so here we go. 3 times 5 plus y equals 17. Oops. Try that, 17 again. There we go, 17. Now notice how, I probably should have written that equation out again. So equation 1 is 3x plus y equals 17. I've now found x in the previous part of the question, so I've substituted in 15 plus y equals 17. Now you can form a little equation here. We'll just make sense of what we've got. 15 plus a mystery number equals 17. It's pretty obvious there that y equals 2. So there's my solution. X equals 5, y equals 2. Now, I've got two scenarios here. That was the add scenario. Why was it the add scenario? Because we had plus y and minus y. We've got the same thing with two different signs. You add. Next, though, I've actually got the second scenario. This is where I'm going to subtract. Okay, so draw a line across here. This time I've got minus 7y, or negative 7y, I beg your pardon, and negative 7y. They're identical. Previous one, okay, on the previous page I had plus y minus y. Here though, they're identical. So I subtract. So I'm going to put a little subtract sign on both sides here so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to subtract the bottom equation from the top equation. Now we've got to be careful here with our minuses, all right? So if I've got 3x minus 2x, look at that over here, 3x minus 2x. That's effectively 3x plus 2x. So that's going to be 5x. Minus 7y minus 7y. Let's look at that. Remember, this is called elimination for a reason. You'll see what happens. Minus 7y plus 7y. 2 minus make a plus. That's going to be 0. So the y's disappear. And finally, I've got negative 2 minus 13 is negative 15. So after the elimination, 5x equals negative 15. Divide through by 5 to get x by itself. X equals negative 3. So now I use either equation 1 or equation 2, and I substitute x equals -3 into it to find y. Let's do that. So I'm going to choose equation 1. Always choose the scenario here with as few negatives as I can. So now I've already found x equals -3. So 3 times -3 minus 7y equals -2. 3 times -3, -9 minus 7y equals -2. Get -7y by itself. I take the -9 to the other side, it becomes a +9. -7y equals -2 plus 9 is 7. Divide through now by -7 to get y by itself, and y equals -1. So there's my two answers. Back over here, it was x equals 3, and now y equals -1. Now you can always put those back in here and see if they fit. And remember, when we put our answer down, it's in point form, -3, -1. So there's a couple of simultaneous equations using the elimination method. If the two variables here are identical except for their sign, you add the two equations. If the two variables are absolutely identical, you subtract the two equations. Bye for now.